Been based in Latin America, and we actually do it in an offline sense initially. So we're actually teaching young people things like media literacy, so how to use a computer, like for word processing. We teach them creative writing. We teach them how to make film production to share their social issues with the world. And then once they've created this content, they have the skill sets to enter higher education or employment using these skills. But also, it gives them when we bring in the internet into the equation, it gives them a platform to share their social issues with the world.
I mean, in my high school, we have a situation where you've got kids who've got the coolest, latest phones, which have all these different abilities, but then because they don't know how to use them, like let alone just how to capitalize on the internet for a research project and make sure you get an A, it's mostly for IM services. Mixed is the biggest service in our country. And although they use it for communication, especially in terms of helping each other with homework, which has been extremely impactful, like I'm just imagining what would happen if we introduced into the curriculum a system where kids were taught exactly how to use phones, just your cell phone, in terms of how to teach yourself by accessing the web.
I think that's something that we're starting to see unfold, and moving it from a product of consumption to one of production, and seeing how that changes the story of participation in many emerging countries.
Sometimes the European market or the American market pitches ideas to the African market without truly understanding that things aren't put in place, or is it just a different understanding of the internet and it's taken for granted.
Really interesting to see where the boundary between what government can do and should do and what young people, old people, people of all ages should do around any kind of inclusion, whether it's digital or education or any other kind of skill. And listening to you talk, you know, one thing I feel very strongly about here in the UK is that it's the lowest cost way for the government to help itself is by making sure everybody is connected.
Uganda, which is the country I used to live in, has better mobile phone coverage than Britain. More absolute and total. There's almost nowhere, absolutely nowhere in Uganda where you can't make a mobile phone call. It's been extremely well tooled up by some old white honky South African company that decided to go off up to Africa and start putting these things in, which is absolutely amazing. And it seems to me that free Wi-Fi connection worldwide is a realizable goal. It'll do a few people out of some cash, but that's no bad thing.